What round can all the heroes make it to? Solo. Okay, for this we're going to be playing on logs, and we're going to be on medium mode, which doesn't really matter because we're going to be buying the heroes no matter how much they cost. We're not going to spend any money on levels. Also, I'm going to be putting the heroes in the best spot possible. So let's start off with Benjamin, who died on round 5 because he was too busy playing League of Legends on his gaming laptop to pop any of the balloons. Next up we have Geraldo without the use of his shop, and he ended up getting to round 17. Then there's Ezili, who decided to one-up Geraldo because she got to round 18. And Sai decided to do the same thing and got to round 19, one-upping Ezili. The pink balloons were just too much for him in the end. Even with his ability, they were just too fast. And then there's Striker Jones, who did surprisingly well and managed to beat Sai, getting to round 20. And then there's our boy Quincy, who ended the trend of one-upping everybody and got to round 23. But I might have been able to get to a few higher rounds depending on how I used his bow ability. But I doubt he could get much farther. Now we have Etien, who despite having camo detection, can't pop leads for the life of him, so he died to round 28. But even if he got past round 28 by some miracle, he would have died soon after because his drones were just not enough. Now we're on to Gwen, who did a great job, stopping almost every balloon in her path. With her cocktail, it was absolutely amazing. She's a great starter tower, but she can't do anything against purple balloons, so she ended up dying to round 32. Next up we have Fusty, who wasn't phased by the balloons at all, being able to pop all balloons types. But he is a little slow in the head, so he couldn't see the camo balloons, and he ended up dying on round 32. Admiral Brickell did slightly better, but her squirty gun was just not it. I had to rely on her ability and her mines, and eventually she died in round 33 because I couldn't get her leveled up quick enough to get her camo detection. Next up is Adora, who ended up not leaking until purple balloons showed up, and I didn't realize you could actually use her ability to pop purple balloons, but she still would have died on round 36 because of the camos. I was really surprised with Obyn, because despite not being able to see camos, and not being able to pop purple balloons, his brambles are so good, making him such a great starting tower. But he was eventually overwhelmed on round 37. Next up we have Corvus without the use of his spells. Without his spellbook, he can't pop leads, he can't pop camos, and he can't pop purples. But he does have an ability that allows him to harvest all of the purple balloons and all of the leads. But it doesn't work on camos, so in the end, the camos took him on round 37. And then there's Sauda, who easily shredded through all the densely packed balloons. And with her ability, she can beat leads, and she can even beat Moabs. But eventually the rounds became too much, and having to rely on her ability made me weak in between its uses. And Churchill got to round 52. The mobs at the end of the round just proved too much for his current level to handle. Okay guys, here is the finished list. This is how far each of the heroes can get. But I didn't include Geraldo and Corvus using their spells and shop, and that's because we don't know exactly how far they can truly get. But what we do know is both of them can beat chimps if you use them right.